And good evening, everybody, and welcome here to race number 5 of the very first season of the NNSCRA Last of Us Lite series. Getting ready here tonight for some short track racing. The Richmond Rumble is getting ready to be run. 32 laps of racing here tonight. So far, we've had 4 races here in this series and 4 different race winners. However, these 4 winners are kind of peppered around the top 12 right now. Lyndon Wright is the points leader. Joey Van Hoot, our winner last time out at the Talladega Tussle, he's 8th in points. Zeke Marley is 9th. And Stuart Gratton, our winner from the Battle of the Beach, is 12th in the standings. So usually, apparently, at least early on, it's seeming like if you've won a race, you're doing well in the point standings and continuing the consistency. And we'll see if that can happen for someone here tonight. As Alex Tanker and Lisa Gonzalez, they make up the front row for tonight's race, but it's Richmond, and it's a short track, and anything can happen. So we're going to get these cars rolling off. They'll complete the pace lap, and we'll show you on the top of your screen your starting lineup for tonight's Richmond Rumble. The points coming into this race are as follows. Lyndon Wright leads by 2 points over Amadou Diallo. Zachary Chambers is 3rd in the standings with Samuel Light in 4th. 5th is actually the pole sitter, Alex Tanker, so he's got himself a good qualifying spot tonight, looking for his first win of the season. Nick Barney is 6th, Tony Blazer 7th. Our winner at Talladega, Joey Van Hoot, lines up in 8th. 9th place, Zeke Marley, our winner from Bristol, and Harrison Ponder has now cracked the top 10 in the 13 machine, but it's time to go racing. Alex Tanker and Lisa Gonzalez get ready to put us under the green flag, and we're underway here tonight in the Richmond Rumble. As I said, this is a short track, so you won't see these drivers getting really speedy here, especially with the turns here at Richmond. It's very difficult to maneuver these turns if you're going too fast. Inside line will be the preferred line, and it looks like Skylar Johnson, runner-up to Joey Van Hoot last time at Talladega, is going to use it to go underneath Tanker. Moves Skylar Johnson to the point. Tanker now back to 2nd. Lisa Gonzalez falls to 3rd. And it was double wide for 4th, Tony Blazer. 7th in the standings, coming up the inside line. Skylar Johnson, as we said, finished runner-up to Joey Van Hoot in the Talladega race a couple weeks ago. Both Skylar Johnson and Joey Van Hoot were the only 2 to risk it on fuel, and Skylar Johnson actually almost did get Joey Van Hoot at the line too, and the caution flag is going to wave for the first time here tonight on lap number 3. So Skylar Johnson will lead us under our first yellow. Lisa Gonzalez, Morgan Grempler, looks like Matt Ulsner, and Nick Barney will make up the top 5 under this yellow. Let's see who was involved. Mark Versky is here at the rear of the field. Corey Williams has got some damage, so too has Stuart Gratton, and so does Alex Weiner. Possibly Richard Johnson, I can't tell for certain. Oh, Aaron Henderson's got damage on his 99. There is right side damage on the pole sitter, Alex Tanker. And it looks like Marion Shallerett right behind him has got some rear end damage on her 45. Luis Hernandez is on pit road, 17th in points. He's got some damage. Joey Van Hoot, our winner from Dega a couple weeks ago, is involved, and the points leader's got a big ripple on the left side and damage on the rear. Lyndon Wright's been caught up in this. Jacob Cornigo has been caught up in this as well. Benjamin Miles has got damage. I think there's some damage to the rear of Zach Rogers. There were a number of drivers collected in this one, apparently. And I'm not certain, but it may have started with the pole sitter Tanker. Caution flag waves. Leaders are not pitting, so let's head back and take a look at a replay of what put us under the caution for the first time here tonight at Richmond International Raceway. And it is indeed going to start with the 83 of Alex Tanker, who was at the time battling for 4th place with the 2 of Mark Versky. Oh, it was Tony Blazer that started the whole thing. He got the blue deuce in the right rear, spun him up into Tanker. Tanker then spins right in front of everybody. Everyone's able to get down to the inside line, though, but I have a feeling that maybe the 2's going to come down into traffic or something. Maybe we have a follow-up wreck. I'm not certain. Yeah, Austin Weiner, Zach Rogers, all those guys got through this. So something happens further up here. And I'm not certain who it's going to start with. Looking here at Weiner. Oh, the 19 of Ty Dent got turned around. Okay, let's see if we can pinpoint this. Did the 11 spin as well? Oh, the 5 car is sideways. Alright, let's start up here. There's Benjamin Miles. Okay, it's going to start with the 00. Benjamin Miles was down, actually almost practically going to pit road. Did not want to get stuck on pit road. Slides up, makes contact there with Crystal Reed. Kyle Thomas had actually made contact with Chris Louvier earlier, and Sky Commons as well. They slide up right in front of everybody, and this is where the stack-up really is going to begin. There's Weiner into it, Zach Rogers. There is the Austin Mongold machine. Oh, wow. Right there, Lyndon Wright gets a shot from his teammate Aaron Henderson. Luis Hernandez is back behind all this. Richard Johnson, Corey Williams, Joey Van Hoot, Marion Schalleret. Alex Tanker comes in full speed ahead. I think he got through there somehow, though. Stuart Grattan got caught up behind this. So too did Zachary Chambers, Biggie Spencer, and the two of Mark Versky. I don't know if they got any damage out of this or not. And a couple of drivers, I think, actually had to go to pit road to avoid this. I saw the 20 duck onto pit road, I think. No, he made it back on track. There's Nick Pericles, had to go through the grass, and same for Kyle Collins. But the wreck between Tony Blazer, Mark Versky, and Alex Tanker was not really the initial start of everything. It was after everybody tried to avoid them and tried to merge back up onto the track in turn 4 is when all the chaos started happening. So that's what puts us under the caution. Let's head back now for the restart. So we should be ready to go back to green. No, looks like we'll be going green next time by, or at least get the 1 to go signal. See if we can update the drivers out of the race so far, and those 2 that are out so far are a couple of drivers who have just been struggling so far this season in points. Sky Commons and Austin Weiner. Commons is dead last in points. In only 4 races has only accumulated 30 points. That's basically an average finish of 35th every single week for that 8 team. And Austin Weiner is 35th in the point standings. Has accumulated 60 points in the last 4 weeks. That is technically a 28th place finish every single week on an average. So both those teams did not need to have that early incident happen to them, and it has ended their night early as the leader crosses the stripe. Looks like those are the only 2 that actually are going to go behind the wall under this first caution. Lights are out atop the pace car. We will go green this time. Next time by Skylar Johnson's the leader, Lisa Gonzalez in 2nd, Morgan Grempler's 3rd, 4th is Matt Ulster. Then you got Nick Barney in 5th, 6th place Tony Blazer, Zeke Marley is in 7th, 8th Samuel Light, Crystal Reed runs 9th, and Harrison Ponder will complete the top 10. We can go back a little bit further. Carter Fargo runs 11th, 12th Kyle Sosnowski. Jake Baskinger is in 13th, 14th Rohit Vidarvu, 15th James Shelley. Jason Tross 16th, 17th Kyle Collins. James Tyler runs currently in the 18th position, 19th is Kayla Schmidt, and Nick Pericles completes the top 20. I'd say for the most part, the top 20 are the drivers that didn't get any damage out of all that. You know, basically for the most part, because 21st place starting Zach Rogers, we know, did get some rear end damage. Green flag back out. Lisa Gonzalez going to waste little time to the bottom and battles for the lead and will take it coming out of 2. Looking at the points, Lisa Gonzalez comes into this race 23rd in the standings, so really could use a win here tonight. Skylar Johnson, after her 2nd place run at Talladega a couple weeks ago, was 20th in points. And there's Matt Ulster coming up the inside line. They're 3rd right now on the grid. He definitely could gain a lot tonight with a win. He's 40th in the points, and oh boy. Saw Skylar Johnson make a move. They are going to go 3 wide for the lead. Oh, careful. Don't run into each other. Oh, man. Olsner just barely was able to squeeze up in front of Skylar Johnson. The 3 leaders almost wrecked. And now Skylar going to go right back to the bottom. Here comes Nick Barney. 6th in the point stands, but still looking for his first win. Oh, man, contact there between the 88 and the 07. They keep it off each other, though. Continue on. Don't forget, Nick Barney, last season when he raced in Snickers Cup Series competition, he won a race at Watkins Glen, so he's got a lot of experience. He just ended up having the misfortune of missing signups in Season 8 and had to race here in the Last of Us Lite series. But right now, pretty good showing for Roush Fenway, or for Roush Racing, I should say. It's now Roush Fenway in this series. The 17 of Morgan Grempler, 11th in points, and Nick Barney 6th in the standings, both having very good runs here tonight, as Grempler's actually about to look for the lead. Oh, not so fast. Oh, caution's out. Not gonna happen, I don't think, for Grempler. Takes a look to the inside, but by half a car length, Skylar Johnson will get him. And we're under the caution for the second time tonight, and Skylar Johnson leads us under yet another caution flag. And this time, it could have involved anybody back here, quite honestly. I don't rightly know who it was. I am guessing it... Well, Samuel Lite's got some damage now. So does Harrison Ponder. So it makes me wonder if maybe they were the cause of this wreck. Looking further up here, see if anybody else may have some damage. I don't see anybody else with damage, really. I'm almost thinking maybe that 13 car may have had something to do with this wreck, but I don't know for certain, so we're going to go back to our official replay and take a look halfway in tonight's race here at Richmond. Whoa, look out, leaders. Well, this is practically a situation that never has a good outcome. 4 wide at Richmond between Jake Baskinger, Nick Pericles, Zeke Marley, and Harrison Ponder, and for the most part there, Zeke Marley was the one crowding Harrison Ponder. It wasn't really as if Baskinger came up or Nick Pericles came up. It was really just those two on the high side squeezing each other, and there you saw Samuel Lite was caught in behind this and made contact as well. Ooh, Benjamin Miles just squeaks through. Jacob Cornigo, he gets a tiny piece of it, but I don't think that's going to do much to him. And then we got to keep an eye on these drivers trying to turn around as oncoming traffic is coming out of 4 and down the front straightaway, and looks like everybody's going to be able to avoid them. So we got away with a 3-car spin on the front straightaway. That very rarely happens at Richmond, but there you have it. Zeke Marley, Harrison Ponder, Samuel Lite, all 3 of those drivers are running up inside either the top 15 or just outside the top 15, because Harrison Ponder was 13th. I think Zeke Marley was actually in 12th, and I think Samuel Lite was running in 15th. So tough break for 3 drivers that were running pretty well here tonight at Richmond. This could hurt them in the points too, as all 3 of them come into this race inside of the top 10 in the standings. Getting ready to go back to green flag racing. Skylar Johnson's 2 for 2 in being out front when the caution flag waves. Let's see if maybe, if she's lucky, she can find a way to be at the front when the checkered flag waves. But right now, she has the top position. Morgan Grempler right behind her in second. Matt Ulsner, Lisa Gonzalez, and Nick Barney, that's the top 5. Then it's James Shelley, Crystal Reed, Nick Pericles, Jake Baskinger, and Tony Blazer. That is the top 10. As we'll get ready to go back to green on lap 20 of 32, 13 to go here tonight at Richmond. And it's interesting too, none of these drivers have had to come to pit road and make pit stops. I don't know if they can make it the full 32 laps or if they're going to have to pit within these next 13 laps. We'll find out. Green flag back out. Skylar Johnson trying to pick up her first win of the season, but as is everybody else inside of the top 5. Actually, everybody inside the top 10. None of our former winners are right now up inside the top 10 at the current moment, as Matt Ulsner now goes to the point, almost slid up into Skylar Johnson. And here comes Lisa Gonzalez looking to make a move here for second. Thought she had plans for the lead. Maybe she does, coming here out of 2. Can she get to the left rear of the Jack Daniels Chevy? Not right now. Matt Ulsner will take the point at the head of this pack. Like I said earlier on, Matt Ulsner, it's been such a dismal season for him. He really could use a good run like this. Average finish in his first 4 starts here in this series is a 30th place finish. But he's about to lose the lead now. Lisa Gonzalez takes it back. Here comes Morgan Grempler to the bottom. Grempler was inside the top 10 last time we were at Talladega. Fell outside the top 10 in points. Right now sits 11th in the standings. And right now, Has himself an opportunity to get right back up into the thick of it, into the top 10 in the points. And here comes Nick Pericles. Where'd he come from? That 443 car has really been coming up through the pack quickly. Saw him make that 4-wide move on the replay, the last replay there, when the Harrison Ponder and Samuel Lite and all of them all ended up getting together. But Pericles, he's got a strong car when he can get to the bottom, and he is going to go to the lead. I believe Pericles restarted in 8th or something, so that shows you how quickly he got to the front. But not so fast. Morgan Grempler crossover move, going to come back to the inside. Give credit where credit's due on the 9 car as well. James Shelley's been having a great run here tonight. Seen him up inside the top 10 a couple of times. Having a very strong run, and the caution flag is out one more time. And it was Morgan Grempler who led that lap. So he will be the leader under caution. I don't know how close that was between Grempler and Pericles, but it was close. It was very close. Now let's see what the caution actually did come out for. And it looks like it could have been quite possibly once again for our pole sitter, Alex Tanker. And there's some skid marks you can see there on the back straightaway. I don't know if maybe he got spun there or not, but caution flag's out again for the 3rd time tonight. Let's take a look at yet another replay. So here's a look at what happened. Side by side, actually 3 wide, but 2 of them are teammates, Austin Mongold and Alex Tanker out of Team Red Bull. And this was coming out of 2. Oh, the 84 just got too high, got the wall, and then comes down and clips his teammate. Oh, and then Tanker is going to collect Richard Johnson in all of this. Johnson's car was actually the one that caused the skid marks I saw. Tanker actually went down and did get the wall. I don't know if Richard Johnson got the wall, though, or not. He may get it with the right front. Yeah, little tap right there with the right front of the Napa Toyota. Richard Johnson been having a struggling night as well. Got some damage from the first wreck of the evening and hasn't been up front since. But that's what ended up bringing out the caution. Now, let's see if we get there in time. No, we missed it. I want to see how close that battle was at the line between Grempler and Pericles. Well, it wasn't quite as close as I thought it was. I thought it was basically splitter distance, but that's a good few feet that Nick Pericles was short on Morgan Grempler. So Grempler is the leader under caution. Let's head back now for what I believe is going to be our final restart of the evening. So we've been given word it'll be a green-white checkered finish to end off the Richmond Rumble here tonight. And a lot of drivers up here with an opportunity for their first win to keep the streak going of 5 races, 5 different winners in the debut season of the Last of Us Lite series. Morgan Grempler is the leader. Nick Pericles is in 2nd. 3rd place is going to be James Shelley, Skylar Johnson in 4th, and now Jason Trost makes an appearance up inside the top 5. Maybe not the last time we've heard of that 22 here tonight. Lisa Gonzalez been up front all night long. 6th place right now. Same for Matt Olsener in 7th. Jake Baskinger runs 8th. Kyle Thomas is currently in 9th. And Nick Barney is now slipped back to 10th. Then it's going to be Tony Blazer, Kyle Sosnowski, Carter Fargo, Ty Dent, and James Tyler. That is the top 15. As the green-white checkered is ready to be run, let's see who's going to win it here at the end of 2 laps. If the caution comes out, the race will be over. And it's Nick Pericles going immediately to the bottom. James Shelley, fellow Dodge, going to follow him there as he'll go for 2nd. And now Pericles is going to come around and receive the white flag. Can he hang on for one more lap? I think we're still green. We are. The car's going to try and run him down. Is James Shelley in the 9. It's going to be Dodge versus Dodge. One out of Petty Enterprises, the other out of Everham Motorsports. James Shelley's got to close up distance quickly here through 3 and 4. Nick Pericles going to keep about a 2-car length advantage. Comes out of 4, and Pericles makes the move on the green-white checkered, and he's going to win his very first NNSCRA win of his career. And he goes and makes the streak 5 out of 5 for different race winners here in the Last of Us Lite series. I believe it's also Dodge's first win this season. Ford has been to victory lane, Chevy has been to victory lane, and Toyota. But it's the first time this season that Dodge goes to victory lane, and Nick Pericles is going to pick up the victory. Pericles came into this race 28th in points, so this will be a solid run for him tonight. Help move him up through the point standings, and a great run there. A nice move on Morgan Grempler to take the win here tonight. And there was some damage on the front of Richard Johnson's. Don't really know what that was all about, but the race is over nonetheless. So congratulations to Pericles on the win here tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's race. If you did, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the crew today. Here comes your official full finish results, overall points standings, and rookie points heading into our next event, which will take place after All-Star Race Weekend, which will be coming up at the end of this weekend. We still have Mobile and Snickers Cup Series action from Dover coming your way, so be sure to tune in for that before all 4 series head over for All-Star Racing. So we'll see you guys next time as you've been watching the production of the NNSCRA Offline Racing at its best. Sean Henley got turned by Dunham, and he saved it! What are these guys doing? Oh, and Henley just got turned now. That time he got turned. Logan Wilson is flipping on his roof. Dylan Young is collected. Sitnowski's collected. Dylan Young is now flipping. Citadino's involved. Mary Cole is in it. Drew Austin has been collected, and Dylan Young continues to flip. Now comes the rest. There is our caution.